Hi folks, St. Paul Steaming Machine here. This is a project I've wanted to do for a while. With this particular lathe, in order to use the cross feed of the lathe or the longitudinal feed, you have to come over here, open the cabinet, loosen the bolt, and throw it in the opposite direction, reverse it. I thought, well, South Bend figured this out like 80 years ago without all that much drama. So I thought a quick change lever that's accessible to the outside would be in order. And I've seen a couple of videos, and I thought I could make a better lever, and here's my attempt at it. You can see that you just pull this out, positively indexes. It's as easy as that. I'm going to dissect it here and show you exactly what I did. This was actually very easy to do. Take this off for a little bit. You have total access inside here. Great big void. I took the safety switch off. It lived right here. It just took up too much room. And if I can't run a lathe without sticking my hand in the cover, then I guess I don't need to be running a lathe. But so it's just been disconnected. Well, it's connected, but I relocated and just set it inside this case here. It's easy enough to do. Just pull two wires off, put it right back on. And you can see that I made this aluminum bracket right here, and it just mimics this right here. And I used a pin contour gauge to catch the contour of it, and it's only a few thousandths off the original, very close. And I just made a L-shaped bracket here. It's 1/2 inch thick, of course, with a hole drilled in it. And then the one mistake I made was there was a lever here that came out for this bit right there to shift it. And I thought, well, I'd use that hole, but the hole was exactly in the center and it crowded me. So I've got one bolt coming in from the back side and one from the front side. Wished I'd never used that center hole and just spaced these more apart. So if you do this, do that. It's very easy to get a clamp inside right there to hold that aluminum piece. And then this is the critical part here. Drill and ream that out, and it's reamed to 1/4 inch. And you can actually use this bolt, set it at where you need it for the forward, reverse, and neutral. Tighten this bolt down, and then you simply just drill through that pipe right there, and use a reamer, and you can have it spot on accurate. So that was very easy to do. As you can see, I countersunk the cap head screws in it. And this is the part that was, took me a lot more thinking than I should have had to do to create what I needed to do there, but we'll dissect that and I'll talk about it. Okay, this is the heart of the beast right here. I fashioned this after a South Bend lathe since I have two of them over there. I could have done anything with it. There's the head. And let's get that off of there. I've got a witness mark on it so I know where it goes. As you can see, we have a plunger here. And it simply pulls in and out. Let's get you down here where you can see what I'm doing. All right. I had to capture the spring inside there so it would have the returning ability. And what I've done was made a little cap that's threaded. And I believe this is 5/8 by 28 TPI. And you can see there's the head right there. It's threaded. It's got a little spring keeper right there. That spring will crush down to about 1/4 inch, and you'll have to play with your measurements. And then I threaded that. This is important because this keeps the spring on the pin here. So that's threaded in, that's Loctited in position. You'll have to do some measuring. Spring goes on there like that, and the little keeper, and this goes in there like that. You can see she crushes it down just a little lower, about 5/16 of an inch. And I didn't want to be pulling the knob out and have it, you know, come way out. I wanted to bottom out both ends, and it does. And I used an end mill and put about a 1/2 inch. See, there we go, 1/2 inch flat on the bottom. And I found out it was kind of important to taper the bottom of this bushing right there, so it just locates better into that seat right there. So I'd have to jiggle a little bit at first, but when I tapered it, it was fine. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces here. And it took me a day or two to figure out how to do this. I really couldn't take my South Bend lathe apart to figure it out, but there's all the pieces. Let's look at it a little closer. That's drilled and tapped about halfway in, and that is a close fit on this, and it's really polished, so it's smooth. And there's the mechanism. I will make a video of it all cleaned up and painted and running here shortly. But take a really good picture of this. And of course you have to have this bolt snug, but not too tight. And I used my stone and really worked on the back side of this whole piece right here, and to get it, you know, so it would slide easily and without burrs. Of course it had some burrs. I don't know if it's stamped out or laser cut at it in China, but it wasn't completely flat. It wasn't bad, but I wanted it to be really, really smooth. And this piece here almost touches, but it doesn't. It doesn't need to touch, but it's very close. You can see we just line right up. Anyway, that's that in a nutshell, and I'm going to put it all back together, and hope this helps somebody. Bye now.